welcome to another section of Jeffrey the Master Barber. Today we're gonna be doing on this guy. We're just gonna do a fade on the side. We're not gonna cut the top, and we're gonna do a goatee. We're gonna shave him with the hot towel machine. With the hot towel, using the hot towel machine. But I'm not gonna show the machine. But I'm just gonna show the procedure. And here we go. Right now we're using the Andy Slimline, the cordless trimmer. Like I said before, this trimmer has really obtained my attention on it. I really like this trimmer a lot. Very sharp, very light, very flexible. And also we're gonna be using the magic clip. Right now we're gonna close it a little less than half, and we're gonna make the next level. So yeah, like I was saying, that first machine, the first trimmer, is very cheap, very cheap and very affordable, and I like it very much. Now we're using like I said, the magic clip. Also right now we are about to use the 116, and right away we're gonna go right to how can I say it? The first line. Now he was sneezing there, so he moved. But yeah, right now I open the level, and we're gonna go right on top of the line. So that way we're not gonna start making level. We're just gonna start taking the border, you know what I mean, the big bulkness in there, and then we're gonna start going, going between switching clippers and going down. If we go down, then we lower the level on the side, and that's what we do. And then when we go up, then we open the level a little bit, see, and then I use the corners just to take only what I need to with the corners of the clippers. That's a little technique that I always say and use. And just, I said, with the little corner, I'm gonna take what I just point, and that's what I'm doing right now. And then now we're gonna jump into the 1 and 1/8, and we're gonna take that shadow right there, that bulkness right there. Notice how I do a nice and like a flick, and I do a nice and slow, and I have like a big stroke, doing a big stroke instead of a small stroke. And now I just say that I'm gonna use again the corner, and I'm gonna use where I just point. On later on this side, I was recording it with my phone, and I forgot that to put the ringer, and someone called me, and when it rings, it sheds the video. It stopped recording, so it's not gonna record that section completely, but I'm gonna do the other side so you guys have the idea of everything that I did. But yeah, until then, what I'm still using is the 116 again, and then I'm going down, and notice how I'm doing smaller stroke and going there. Make sure always brush it. Use whatever brush, something small, but that if it's the hair on the brush is soft, so it doesn't bother the scalp or the face or whatever you pass the brush. But make sure you pass it, so that way you brush off all the excess. And right here, it's about to cut off. This is when they call, and but yeah, you're gonna see, and I just noticed now. So right now, I'm just doing the final touches, passing the Andy shaver. What I was passing then, after when I did the one, it was gonna be the trimmer, the trimmer, and then after the trimmer, right after it was the Andy shaver. Right now I'm using the scissors over comb to take the bulkness a little bit more higher instead of taking the guards. And then right here I noticed that it has a little bit more lines, but it was not so much. But notice, now I'm gonna do the procedure again on this side, and in this side it went smooth, no one called or nothing. So now I was able to obtain the whole recording on the steps of what I was doing. So like I said, like we did on the other side, we use the half, a little less than a half, right? And we do like a space between half an inch or an inch, whatever you may see it. Always use a good brush, and always when you pass it, see, I pass already from left to right, right to left a couple of times. Now we're using the 116, right? And we're gonna pass it right by the line right there, right there. But we're not gonna go so high. We're just gonna go maybe like, you know what I mean, too little up. And then we open the level and we're gonna go a little higher, but not too up, right? Then we open it completely. That's the 116 half, and then we do the little stroke a little bigger, right? And right there in that section, and then right we keep doing the passing it, passing, brushing it, and we go nice and gently. Now we're gonna use the 1/8 again. You see what I'm saying? So now we're gonna pass the 1/8 and we're gonna open it. So 1/8 and a half, and we're gonna go right. You see what the small stroke, and you see how nice and slowly I pick up, and we keep passing it. We keep passing it, right? And then we're gonna close a little bit, and then we're gonna go right where the shadow right there is. There's a shadow right there. And then the shadow right there. I was checking something, so don't mind me. Yeah, so right now, like I was saying, we're gonna switch now to the 1.5, which is this white guard. That white guard, normally they call it the 316. Warhol call it the 126. But you see that shadow right there that I couldn't take earlier with the 1. Now with the 1.5, see, it's able to take it just perfectly. I don't know why they call it the 316 when in reality is the 1.5. But yeah, then you notice with the first guideline that we did with the trimmer, we're gonna close the magic clip and really close with 0. We're gonna go right in top of the line, and we're gonna stay right there. Notice that I'm using the corner just to take that, right? I could use the whole blade if I wanted to. It's just that it's my little way or my little technique to do things. Just because it's my way, that doesn't mean that you have to do it like that. You could do it your own way. My way is not the only way. As everybody got different ways to do things, and I respect that. But yeah, so right now you see everything. I'm still seeing some shadow. I take that shadow right there, and then I clean the trimmer, the one that we did the first guideline, and we're gonna go right into it. So that's in the other side. That's why exactly we did. That's when they called in my phone and I couldn't record. So the part that they didn't record, that's what I'm doing right now. So what I did is right there, I just passed the trimmer, and this trimmer, the only downside, and it's not really a downside, is if you, when you put it to the charger, it charges like within 30 minutes, right? But if you leave it there on the charger for like even 2-3 hours, within a month or 2, it's gonna burn the battery that comes inside, and then it will not work. So already this is my 3rd one. Besides that, there's nothing negative or anything bad that I could say about this trimmer. So what I'm doing is every 30 minutes, when I notice that it's already it's been charged, I take it out of the charger and put it aside, so that way I don't burn the battery. The Andy shaver, that's the next step. What I showed in the other video on the other side when I start recording back. But yeah, this shaver, what it does, it make the fade a lot smooth and tighter. And as you could tell, look at that fade, the transition, how it looks. In this point of view, the way that I'm seeing it, looks super clean. Yes, I'm sure the other barbers could have done more. I don't know how much better than that, but I'm sure they could do better than that. But I don't want to sound too considerate. I don't like to exalt myself. But I'm very proud of my work, and I like to do it to the best of my skills and knowledge by the grace of God. So right now we're using, right when we finish doing passing the shaver, we're gonna pass the oyster. We're gonna pass it right where I point, and notice the comb is light and it has big teeth and small teeth. We want to use the big teeth to get those with a lot of hair to take the bulkiness. And I could have done it with the clipper, maybe with a 2 or 3, but I feel more comfortable, and I have better control when I, you know what I mean, when I do it this way, the scissors oval comb. Now in the back, we're gonna do the same thing that we did in both sides. We're just gonna go with the half of the magic clip. We're gonna do half an inch to an inch, whatever may look to you, and we're gonna go back from right to left, left to right, a couple of times. Then we're gonna jump into the 1/16, right, and we're gonna close it a little bit, not completely, right. Actually, open 1/16 and a half. And we're gonna take the first line, the second line that we did, right, and we're gonna pass it left and right, right and left, couple of times, left and right, right and left, right. Close a little bit and go again, from left to right, right, left to right, pass it again, right, close it again, left to right, right. And that's the one flow that you could do, right, left to right. You know, close it more, left to right. Then you switch the guards, the clip. This one is the 1/8. We're gonna put it, and same thing. We're gonna do a 1/8 and a half with the level open completely. So then we're gonna go gently, and we're gonna go take that shadow right there. We're not gonna take it right away, but we do it nice and little by little, right? Once you do that, you pass it. You keep passing it little by little. See, then you do that big stroke like that, but gentle, and that's just to go right on top of it, glide to it. You know what I mean? Not to go deep and fast, and then we take a big chunk. So now we take all the clip and we go with a half, and we're gonna pass it right there, where it looks like is a line, but in reality, it's not a line. He got a bump in the back. And then right there, some people have that back bump, the bump, so it make it look like it has a line right there, but it ain't a line. It's just a bump, the chichon, I call it in Spanish. But yeah, we even gonna pass the trimmer, right? Because even myself, when I was doing, I'm like, man, I see that there's something there, but when I look at real close, I'm like, nah, there's no line. It's just the bump. It makes it look like the shadow from the angle, right? So then I pass it again, pass the magic clip, and that part right there, that little corner, I use that right there because I did so, see? And it went right away, that shadow right there. And that right there, there's a shadow right there. And then I move it, and then I notice there's a shadow right there too. So I use it right there, right? Boom, boom, boom. Passing it there, right? And then I close it, and then I go and I use the corner, bam. Then I go again, if I'm not mistaken, because my eyes was telling me. So I'm like, okay, let me pass it again. So I'm pass it again, pass it in right there, passing it right there, and nothing. I was like, okay, it's just the bump. So then we go again. I see some shadow there, right? So I pass it, and notice how it took the shadow that I was, that I wanted to come off. So then right there, we going right there, we passing it right there. We keep passing it little by little, and we keep trying to make sure that it looks legit, it looks good. Now once it's done that, I'm gonna pass it one more time, give it the benefit of the doubt, and we're gonna pass the Andy shaver, which is more even tighter, and we're gonna pass it there and there. And you notice that even though it still look there, it's still the bump. It's a bump in the back, and the angle with the lightning, it makes it look like there's a shadow or a line, but it ain't. It's not a line. See, I'm passing it, and it's still there, and it's still there. See, passing it, still there. Notice, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna use the big teeth to take that big bulkness If it was the small T, then we go shorter, more lower. But we go in for that thick hair right there, and to give that nice blend in. Like I said, I could have used the number 2 or 2.5, but I gotta go with the Caesar's oval comb because I have better control and I only take what I need, and it's more flexible for me. I like that technique. The Caesar's oval combs. It's a great technique that I like to use. So then we go right there, like that. Now we're going for the box out, the lineup. I use the Andy Slim line. I start in the middle, and I don't push it back. I leave it as much natural possible right there, as you could tell. Then to the side, make sure you use the corner and flat when it's straight, and the corners for the corners. That's what I was trying to say. See what I'm saying? So that side is done. Now we're going from the middle again, right, to the other corner, and always just brush them. Do it nice and gentle. Don't push it too hard. Do it real nice and gentle, little by little. When you're going straight, use the whole blade. But when you're about to do a corner, use the corners. But look at the flexibility. Look at the flexibility, or the way that I handle that trimmer. Right here, we just gonna lower the mustache and the goatee. He want me to lower, so we just gonna pass it with a half. We're gonna pass a half. We're gonna match it up, and the inside, we're not gonna touch the inside. He don't want me to touch the inside. He don't want me to do no curve it in, no circle, nothing. Right now I'm using the hand. The reason why I'm covering his face with the hand is when you're doing the mustache and he got a lot of hair like that, hairs be flying everywhere, and if he has his eye open or whatever, regardless if he have them closed, I still put the hands there so the hair don't bother him and be flipping everywhere. Same thing in the other side. Just cover his face with my hand to cover, so you don't bother him and don't be low over his face, and little stuff like that. It makes the difference in the client notice. You take care. You want to make sure they have a good experience. Right here, I got them all draped. This is the medicated oil shaving cream, and I like it. It smells like winter fresh, and it's very good. You can see what you're shaving through. And it has a real nice mental smell, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I put it and rub it everywhere, really nice. Make sure that everything gets spreaded right. And right here, like I said earlier in the video, we're gonna put the hot towel. I said the hot towel machine. No, I'm sorry, it's just the hot towel, but it was in the machine. And this is how I put it properly, the right way. Make sure you keep the nose and the nostrils open so the man could breathe. But yeah, once you stretched everything really nice, and now we're gonna use the oyster back massager. But a lot of people also use it for facial, to do facials, and this is the way that I use it. It's nice and everything. Now what that does, the combination between the hot towel and this machine, is that the hot towel is open the pores. With the menthol, it doesn't feel so hot, and it give it like a cool sensation. The minute that I take the hot towel, the pores are well open. And then with this machine, if he was having a headache or bad day and have some face expression, it relaxes the face muscles. So then this is why I like to pass it. It's like a little spot massage for the client to feel relaxed, and exactly where I'm passing it, when I'm rubbing the face, is where I'm gonna be shaving. So between the hot towel, open the pores, and then my fingers and hand passing through the hair is shaking the hair from the core, while the pores are open. So it's making everything very open and ready. So when it's time to shave, it glides. At this moment, I take it out only from the whole face, and I leave it in the bottom still where I'm gonna shave. This is the Dorco blade that I use, and this is the razor blade that I use, Pacino. Shout out to Pacino. And this is how I expose it. Some I used to. This is I put it right there. There's two thingies right there, right? So I put it right there. This is how I like mine exposed. Why? So that way I could see what I'm putting it. But then I used to put it like that, and you see, even though it shows, it doesn't show a lot. So, but if you put it right there, see what I'm saying? Right there. I was gonna do a little slow, but I'm trying to fit everything quick. Next time I do a lot slower, so you guys understand. But the reason why I expose it is so that way I could see when my blade is actually shaving or passing. Because sometimes the razor blade, the razor holder it has the thick holder blade, and you can hardly see if the blade is touching the right part. So I wanted to see that the blade itself, I'm able to see it. So in this position, we're doing the box out. We're cleaning everything. Notice how my left hand always is stretching the skin. Is always behind the blade. See the blade. Whatever the blade goes, the left hand, my thumbs is right there, stretching the skin. You gotta make sure that it stretch the skin so that way the blade doesn't get stuck in the skin and cut them. Until then, we're doing the other side too, and notice, you see, I'm doing as natural as possible right there. Now another thing, if you notice, while we're doing this, the hot towel is still in his face, so that still give more time to open better the porises. And until then, we keep shaving. Make sure you always. Now we took it off. We took the towel. Now we begin to shave. We're gonna do the mustache. We're gonna do the arch. You know what I mean? Make sure you always have the combs in the other side. Make sure you have a napkin where you could wipe you blade. And always, at least on the left side, most of the time on the left side, you have to shave always down, and then from the side, then you could shave sideways. But some people, and I count myself that at the beginning, shave it up, and that's sometimes it's not good because what it does, it irritate the skin. And if you have sensitive skin and you go from the root and not cutting it all the way down, and then little by little, and then going from the root all the way from bottom to top, it's gonna retain, it's gonna start bleeding. So first shave them down from up down, and then you could shave them from down up. Always stretch the skin, like I always said, I emphasize it, always stretch the skin. That helps to make sure that the blade glides and doesn't stick in the skin. Now notice, like I said before, see, I'm shaving now from down up. I shave first down, up down, and now down up. But right here, you notice, now we staying passing it again. I know I passed already a couple of times, but it doesn't matter how many times you pass it. It's just as long that you see it that it's coming nice and sharp and it's printing good, then that's when you want to do it as much as you can. As long as you don't irritate it and you got it all ready, and you did all the steps, passing the hot towel and passing the pre-shaving, and let us the towel soak in the skin and everything, then you can do it. And this side, the right side, you're gonna notice I'm gonna start it from doing it like sideways, shaving sideways, which you can, and then a little bit in the bottom, then you could go up from down up. And but until then, see, I'm making the shape of the box of the goatee. And notice right here, see, I'm gonna go from down up, but it's in that side. And the other side, you couldn't do that, but this side you can, because the hair goes on that way, how I'm doing it. So it's not basically up, down up, but sideways down up. And when I'm passing it, You see, there's no sign of that he's bleeding or anything. If I would have seen the first time that I would have passed it and he was bleeding, I wouldn't even try to do it. I'm just doing it nice and gentle. And if I see that it doesn't show no presentation or irritation or bleeding, then I proceed to do it. And you can see in the face, there's no reddening, and no no blood, no nothing. So that means that it's fine the way that I was shaving in that angle. But right here, and now we're working to do the bottom, the line, so it could be the goatee, so it could be done the goatee. But yeah, right here you keep passing it real nice. You pass it from up down, and then you could pass it again down up. But yeah, pretty much this is how I shave, and it comes really smooth. It really does. And I'm gonna show you the finished product when I put them up. So right now we're gonna use the Elegance gel. Everybody that knows me, that's my favorite gel. Go check them out, Elegance gel, Elegance. And we're gonna put a little bit. Like I said, I didn't cut the top with no scissors or nothing. We left it the way it is. He asked me to leave it like that because we cut it last week, and I cut it with the scissors. Most of the time it's with the scissors, in case if you wonder what kind of clipper or whatever I use scissors. But for this haircut I didn't use scissors. Then I get the napkin and I clean my hands, make sure, boom. Then I do the final touches, get a little here, there, and want that hair to stick up like this, and this angle to go like that. This is my man before the haircut. This is how it looks. He was like, "Can you do me a nice tight fade, leave the top, and do the goatee?" I was like, "Sure." And this is the finished product. This is him. This is how it looks. The nice fade. It's kind of little like a high tight fade, you know. But there it is. Once again, thank you for your time. As you could tell, I got a mobile barbershop too. I'm doing haircuts live, you know, cutting live on the mobile barbershop. Pretty soon I'll be doing a tutorial on it too. But yeah, thank you for your time. If you like the video, please like it, share it, subscribe, and thank you so much. Have a good night or afternoon or morning, whatever time you're watching. Peace.